Entertainment Ginger Witch here, and for my first movie review, and because I love witches and I'm a witch myself, seriously, don't worry, I'm not going to do any evil spells or anything on you. Too much bad karma. Anyway, I'm going to do 1990 The Witches and 2020 The Witches. So remake versus original. Okay, the originals. It's whimsical, it's exciting, still holds up today, classic for a reason. You know, own makeup, own, mice training situations. I don't know how they did it, but they didn't use any CGI. And it's great. It's a story you can just sit back, popcorn, amazing. You know what I mean? So we're going to, move past the original for a second and go to the remake. Now, I'm going to go straight to the negatives. The CGI. I couldn't stand it. I'm like, I don't care if the CGI mouse ends up getting eaten by the cat or dies in a, event or something like that, because I just don't care. It's CGI. They really let that down. They should have, I don't know, I'm sure there's people out there that train mice and they should have used, obviously, sets and everything else and just did what they did in the first one. The second thing I could not stand, which probably should be the first, it took itself too seriously. I mean, okay, we all know that the parents die. In the remake, the kid is in the car with them. There's a long process. I'm not sure how long it is, but it feels like it's forever because it just slows down the movie. I get it. He's sad. The grandma's trying to help with food and get him, talking and just being his old self. But it's just, I don't know, it takes itself too seriously. It's a kid's movie. You don't need to go down that road with the kid's movie. Okay, third of all, that really let this movie down. The grandma's story. She's a kid. It's her first encounter with witches. And, I mean, yeah, it's her best friend. She gets turned into a chicken and she, goes every day and feeds the chicken. No one believes her. No! The painting where the girl gets stuck in the painting and it ages is just so creepy and just one of the reasons out of many I love the original. I mean, when I was a kid and I first watched this, and to this day, when I think about the movie, I still kind of look at a painting to make sure that it hasn't changed, character hasn't aged or anything like that. And you take that amazing, creepy, still stays with you story to someone who gets turned into a chicken. No. Just no. Okay, fourth. God, this is a long list. The characters. I mean, Grandma, Hero Boy, just call him Luke. I mean, there's no need. What was wrong with that in the original? Anyway, I don't care. I just don't care. They're amazing actors, but I wasn't pulled to them. You know what I mean? His friend as well. I just could care less. There's just no attraction there. Like, you don't want to invest in the story with them. Okay, past the whole don't really like the characters that I fell in love with in the original, I have to give a major prompt to Anne Hathaway. As far as I'm concerned, she makes this movie. Until she came into it, I was bored out of my brain. I just did not care. She came into it, her acting, the makeup, obviously CGI, but CGI is necessary in movies, just not when it comes to mice for majority of the movie, and you could care less because they're obviously CGI. It's frustrating. Anyway, Anne Hathaway, the makeup, the performance, stellar job. I even love the fact that they changed up her getting changed into a mouse, and they had a big, massive grand finale in the room, and, her cool, wicked toes and everything else get, like, stuck in the mouse traps, and she drinks a whole bottle, and her evil freaking cat, which they all are, ends up killing her. I mean, swallowing her whole. That's great. I love that part. Now, I'd be amiss to not mention Miss Irvine. Now, in the original, we all know what it's like. We hate our boss. She's exhausting. She's bitchy. She treats us like crap, and then she decides to be good and helps the characters get back to being human and find the other witches, which is great. But I really missed her in this movie. I get why they did it. They obviously want to change it up. You can't have a remake exactly the same as the original. Either there's no point to it. But I don't know. I just really missed her. I will say this about the remake. Now, when it comes to the costume, obviously the remake does a better job. Everyone, even the other witches, are just, more presented and colourful and just silk and costumes, and the costumes turn into snake and all that kind of stuff. That's one thing I did enjoy as well. What I also enjoyed when it came to the difference between the two was the makeup. Now, the original makeup is amazing. Like, it's gritty. She has a hunchback. She has a big nose. You know, her skin is terrible. You can't beat it. Mwah. Same with the other ones, the other witches, you know, the extras, they also have like scabs going on and their toes, it's just non-existent. Now, when it comes to the remake, now they just decided to, I don't know whether it goes with the book or not, but they just decided to, you know, their mouth and their teeth and fingers and toes, it's different, but both work for me. Both say, you know what, witches, evil, not the best people in the world, children, run for your lives. So 2 factors I enjoyed about both. Now, I wish I had more negative stuff to say about the original, because I've kind of teared the remake into smithereens and stuff like that. I feel like Mr. Burns. But I will say that it just has great performances. The great and magnificent Angelica Houston, I mean, you can't beat it. Like, it's a classic for a reason. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. Write some comments and I will reply back. But honestly, comes to the scale of the two, remake, original. Now, that can't be said for every movie, and I promise I won't, you know, I will be more prone to discussing the negatives of the original versus the remake. But when it comes to Witches 1990 and Witches 2020, I just can't. They're just, you know, big difference. Anyway, that's me. Hope you enjoyed. Peace.